Okay, today we're going to talk about names. This is a fun topic to talk about, especially with people from different countries. There are many different types of naming customs around the world. So let's talk a little bit about names in the US. Americans usually have 3 names, which we call the first name, middle name, and last name. When people get married, the wife usually takes her husband's last name. And then if they have kids, the children take the father's last name. One thing I want to note is that there are tons and tons of different names in the US. Obviously, every country has a wide variety of names, but it seems like in the US, there are even more names. Of course, there are many traditional names that have been used in English for many centuries, and there are many biblical names that people give to children. But there are also many non-traditional names that people give their children. These names might come from other languages, or they might be variations of existing names, or they might be a name that the parent invented. Parents can get very creative with children's names nowadays. Let me talk a little bit about naming custom in Mexico where I live. Here, people have a first and a middle name like in the US, but they have 2 last names. Their first last name is their father's last name, and the second last name is their mother's last name. So in generally, Mexican names are longer than American names or names in other countries. When people get married in Mexico, the wife doesn't change her last name like in the US. She keeps both of her last names. And then if they have children, the children take their father's first last name and their mother's first last name. Their 2 names become their 2 last names. So as you can see, the naming customs are pretty different in these 2 countries. And in other countries around the world, the naming custom might be completely different from Mexico or the US. Now let's talk a little bit about nicknames. There's some names that people called people other than real name. There are certain names in different languages that have an occupying nickname. For example, in the US, people named Robert might be called Bob sometimes. And people named Matthew might be called Matt. And people named William might be called Bill. There's nicknames that are automatically associated with this name. However, many people give a more personal nickname to their friendly and family members. And when people call by your nickname, it's often a sign that these people are close with you. They feel more comfortable with you, so they might feel they can call you by your nicknames. I think this is the case in most countries. I had a couple of different nicknames when I was young, and I called some of my best friends by the nickname. How about you? Do you have a nickname? Okay, that's all for today.